Welcome to Weather Wealth and all my new subscribers, free trial people as well, from Hong Kong to Europe to Brazil, all over the world. This is an educational newsletter twice a week, as well as giving trading strategies, helping people learn about ETFs, options, futures. So we have a lot of fun with this. Our spreadsheet, Weather Wealth, was up about 60% for the year, even though I didn't catch most of this moves in grains, except for wheat. Many other trades from heating oil to natural gas, soft commodities like coffee and cocoa have been on the spreadsheet. You can see that at the bottom of the page. Again, I'm sending this out twice a week. So first of all, some of you are pretty new to commodity trading. We can go all the way back to the 1700s when the first exchange was actually rice futures. Things have certainly developed a lot more over the last few hundred years. The picture on the bottom there, that was the Chicago Board of Trade back in the 1980s when people were just jumping on top of each other, trading with hand signals all over the place. Obviously, things now over the last 15 or 20 years have been pretty much electronic. Now, some of you, again, are new to commodities. We're seeing some commodity ETFs break out, like this Invesco DB Agricultural Fund that you can trade at Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Ameritrade, wherever. If you're not really familiar or comfortable trading options and futures, it can get very volatile. And again, we're going to be teaching here over the next few months a lot about how to trade this stuff. This is a conservative way to get into this particular market. There's some other commodity ETFs that have a mixture of copper and zinc and all sorts of diversified commodity indices that are now beginning to actually break out because of the weaker dollar and also weather problems around the world and Chinese demand. And there are agricultural funds out there that invest strictly in corn and beans, wheat, coffee, and things like that. Again, we'll be talking a lot more about that in the weeks and months to come. So a lot of people are asking me about natural gas. Look at this NAO index, the Northern Oscillation Index, being negative over my right shoulder there to the left of your screen over Greenland and the Arctic Circle. Typically when that happens, you have brutally cold weather. You see natural gas prices bottom. You see heating oil going up. But the Arctic is 30 degrees warmer than it has been over the last 10, 20 years, continually getting warmer and warmer. I personally do believe in climate change. Doesn't mean we're not going to have cold winters, but solar cycles right now are not the key to forecasting the cold weather or weather patterns around the world. It's La Nina and the Arctic warming up. Look at the bitter cold to the upper left of your screen over the China and Siberia. That's really where the cold's going to stay for right now. Typically, when you see a negative NAO, that red block I was showing you a second ago, look how the on the left of your screen there tends to get very cold, blue, 10 to 20 degrees below normal temperatures with snow. Then we may see some occasional cold snaps here and there as we go deeper into January or February. The next 2 weeks look really warm. I'm still bearish natural gas, even though we saw a rally in this market on strong LNG demand and an oversold situation last week. One of the markets that really has exploded is the grains. Yes, call me a chicken. I've been very conservative, but we did send out a couple things last week about our updated concerns about the Argentina drought being a factor perhaps in corn and beans. We have no room for error. If South America sees a few million metric ton reduction of crops, grains are going to go higher. Though a lot of this right now, this move, has been the Chinese demand. They need to replenish their herds for livestock. They're buying all sorts of grain. The weaker dollar, the Argentina tariffs and export tax situation down there. So it's been kind of confusing, but I think one of the higher confidence trades I do have is long wheat again at some point. But we'll discuss this as we already took some profits in that position over the last few weeks, very conservative trades. Now, one thing I'm really concerned about, one of my better trades that's been all weather, look at the blue area near my ear there. Vietnam has had up to 500% in blue of above normal rainfall. They produce the instant type cheap coffee you buy, like Folgers, things like that. It's not like going in the Starbucks and getting your favorite coffee latte, which is Arabica coffee. This is cheaper London-based coffee. Vietnam exports around Europe as well as Indonesia, and both of those countries right now are seeing weather problems. Look at the rain, the blue, the next 2 weeks up to 600% of above normal rainfall in Vietnam coffee growing areas. Their harvest is quite a bit behind. They can't export coffee at a rapid pace right now. And one reason why we're ahead about $2,000 a contract in this position and also in various option spreads, very sophisticated in Arabica coffee as well. Brazil's getting good rains. So we're staying in a relatively tight range in coffee right now with a strangle on short calls and short puts doing very well. Longer term, I'm bullish coffee, one of my higher confidence trades, but Robusta is the London market that's really actually exploding right now. We can see that seasonal also. Look at charts, I look at seasonals, look at the tendency for Robusta to go up. So with the weather also a bullish factor, and the technicals and the seasonals, that's one of my higher confidence trades. So once again, read my report. Some of you just want weather. Some of you want trading strategies. If so, go to the bottom of the page. If you're new and a free trial person, email me a question. If you have some concern or question about maybe how to trade a certain market or some things perhaps that I'm not covering. Again, have a very happy new year. And again, I'll have an update probably either later Wednesday or on Thursday. Thank you.